this video, we have the EPIQ Muscle Stack. Now, this is a combination of two different bottles, powerful testosterone amplifier and a lean muscle hardening formula. So in this video, we'll take a look over the ingredients of both of the bottles, and then we'll take all 90 pills and we'll see the results. So this is the EPIQ Muscle Stack review. All right, so let's start off by taking a look at the box and the bottles first. So this is the EPIQ Muscle Stack. This is the Ultimate Lean Muscle Hardening System. You can see it includes two different things, our EPIQ Test and EPIQ Hardening. But we'll get in here and see that the powerful testosterone amplifier. So the powerful formula is designed to work with your body to naturally increase testosterone production for that added edge. All right, just one pill a day, which is always nice. And a little bit more about it here, about what it contains, which again, we'll get into later on. The other side is the supplement facts for the lean hardening formula, the lean muscle hardening formula. And this is supposed to, rock solid muscle is the goal of every hardcore athlete that wants to gain the edge. So EPIQ hardening enhances nitric oxide status for rock hard muscles, or supposedly. We will find out, because I'm going to take all this and tell you what I think about it. Again, just one pill a day. And looking on the back here, you see a little bit more information about it. So free of banned substances, free of all that stuff. You can read over it yourself. So our Muscle Stack is a 60-day system that combines two products, which is EPIQ Test and EPIQ Hardening. So the test will push your body's environment into super anabolic mode, supposedly, by naturally increasing testosterone levels without causing, our negative effects, the androgenic or estrogenic related effects. And the hardening is supposed to support the process of training for rock hard muscles. And we can see on the doses here that we take our EPIQ Test from day 1 all the way through day 60. So just one caplet a day, day 1 through day 60. We introduce the hardening on day 31. Okay. So we'll take tests for a full 60 days and hardening for 30 days. Let's go ahead and open it up now. All right, so here's what you get in the box of your EPIQ Muscle Stack. Looks like we have a coupon thing here and a bunch of different EPIQ supplements that you can buy. Yeah, let's get into the pills here. So as we mentioned, two different bottles here. So here's our EPIQ Hardening and then our EPIQ Test. So first we'll look over our EPIQ Test bottle here. Pretty much the same information as on the box. Increase free testosterone, decrease estrogenic effects, and natural enhancement. So no PCT or post-cycle therapy needed. All right, so let's go ahead and go over all of these ingredients here. I'll just mention a little bit about them, and I'll have studies linked below for you to look at yourself. So first we have Tribulus, which everyone probably knows about that already. It's one of those supplements that has a little bit of scientific evidence for testosterone and also some evidence against it. So some things it might be used for is kidney problems. It might be used as a water pill, might be used for psoriasis, chest pain, high blood pressure, cholesterol, intestinal gas, anemia, and of course, testosterone. But Tribulus does have some evidence it may or may not be effective. We're just not exactly 100% certain. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to boron. I've mentioned boron in a different test booster video. And like I said there, it's another one of those things that has a little bit of evidence and then evidence against it as well. Okay, so boron seems to affect the way the body handles other minerals such as magnesium and phosphorus. So it also seems to increase estrogen levels in older postmenopausal women and healthy men. So this may actually increase estrogen. It may not, but we're not exactly sure. So it's likely effective if you have a boron deficiency. It's possibly ineffective for athletic performance. Again, there are some studies showing us a very slight increase in testosterone. So moving on to our Maca Root. That's something used for anemia, chronic fatigue, depression, leukemia, erectile dysfunction. All right, so Maca Root contains many chemicals, including fatty acids and amino acids, but there just really isn't that much evidence to show how they work. Okay, so that's another thing that, again, some evidence and then some evidence against it. So moving on to our stinging nettle. Now, stinging nettle has, again, been used for a lot of different things. Again, anemia, endocrine disorders, asthma, lung conditions. Stinging nettle contains ingredients that might decrease inflammation and increase urine output. Okay, again, it's one of those things that there's some evidence for it and some against it. We'll find out when we start taking it. Moving on to our phytosterols. It's likely effective for high cholesterol. So phytosterols may actually reduce cholesterol level. It has some evidence for, certain things like likely effective for high cholesterol, likely ineffective for gallstones, and insufficient evidence for pretty much everything else like chronic fatigue and allergies, psoriasis, things like that. All right, so moving on to the fenugreek seed extract. Now, fenugreek appears to slow absorption of sugars in the stomach and stimulate insulin. There is some scientific evidence for it for a lot of different conditions, but not a ton of evidence for it. So it's been used for kidney ailments, vitamin deficiencies, cancer, chapped lips, baldness, diabetes. Guys use it for erectile dysfunction, other male problems. Early research shows that taking 500 milligrams of fenugreek extract for 8 weeks decreases body fat and increases testosterone levels, but does not change muscle strength or endurance in young men. Now, they're taking 500 milligrams of fenugreek in this study. We're getting, like 50 milligrams, okay, per pill per day. So, take that for what it's worth. Whether it works or not, we're going to find out. Okay, so moving on to our saved musli. There's really insufficient evidence, again, for this compound for bodybuilding, weight loss, stress, things like that. It contains chemicals that might have effects on the body. Research in animals shows it might have anti-inflammatory effects. Animal research also shows that it might increase sexual activity and might possibly have effects similar to testosterone. So it's preliminary research. We're not exactly sure. All right, so that's a quick rundown of our EPIQ test. So let's go ahead and open the bottle now, and we'll take a look at these pills. Here, we'll take a look at the bottle a little bit more if you want, just so you can see everything written on there in case you're wondering. Okay, read that if you want. This is just one pill a day. And again, we're going to take this on day 1 all the way through day 60. There are 60 pills in this bottle. All right, so that is the bottle. Let's go ahead and open it up. Of course, we got our protection seal there. Our cotton. Okay, holy shit. Now that's why you're only taking 1 pill a day. They really should have cut this down into 2 pills instead of making these giant ass fucking horse pills that they got. That's a pretty damn big pill. Holy shit. Here's a quarter. Not sure. That doesn't really tell you anything, does it? But, it's just showing how big it is. It's a pretty damn big pill, just for a scale there. So you'll take 1 of these a day. All right. I've got 60 of them. Pretty big, about the size of 2 extra strength Tylenols laid on top of each other. That's about the size they are. Okay, so they're pretty big pills. So if you have a problem swallowing things, this may not be for you. Although, they're not that big. If you've ever taken anything like the Animal Stack, it's not any bigger than any of those giant vitamins or pills that are in there. Okay, so that's how big those pills are. Again, there's no cycling on or off needed, no PCT required, and just one of those giant ass pills a day. All right, so let's go ahead and move on now to the EPIQ Hardening. All right, so here is our EPIQ Hardening bottle. Anabolic hormonal support. 100 milligrams of potent ursolic acid decreases cortisol. Again, 1 caplet a day, just like our EPIQ test. But of course, we only take this for 30 days, whereas we take our test for 60 full days. So let's go ahead and have a rundown of our ingredients, just like we did for the EPIQ test. So for our lean muscle hardening formula, zinc, of course, is needed for proper testosterone levels, and it has been shown to increase testosterone levels if you have low zinc levels. So moving on to our hardening matrix, we have the ashwagandha root extract. Okay, now that again is an ingredient that has been used for tons of different things, from arthritis, anxiety, insomnia, bronchitis, and tons of other things. Okay, so it contains chemicals that might help calm the brain, reduce swelling, lower blood pressure, and alter the immune system. So it's also an adaptogen, all right, which basically means it will help regulate the hormonal balance in your body. You know, it's supposed to anyway. It may help boost testosterone and control cortisol, which of course is a good thing, right? And see, there has been some studies that have showed increase in muscle strength and recovery in 57 young male subjects. Okay, so moving on to our self-heal herb extract, and I'm going to have studies listed below for you to check out yourself. I just can't cover everything, or this video would be 4 hours long. We have to move through this stuff. So self-heal is an herb, and it contains vitamin C, vitamin K, thiamine, and also contains chemicals called tannins that might help reduce swelling. And it has a drying effect, which of course makes sense for our hardening agent. You know, it's been used for tons of things like Crohn's disease, ulcers, sore throat, internal bleeding. Okay. And the ursolic acid specifically has been shown to decrease diet-induced obesity, glucose intolerance, fatty liver disease, increase skeletal muscle and brown fat. And you actually would want more brown fat than white fat. Brown fat is not so bad as white fat. That's what you really don't want. So it does appear to have some science backing it up. All right, so let's move on to the quercetin, and that is it's found in things like red wine, onions, green tea, apples, berries, ginkgo biloba, and it's an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. All right, again, it's been used for tons of things like heart disease, diabetes, cataracts, viral infections, and of course, athletic performance. See another study here showing that it does increase testosterone levels, or can, by helping your natural testosterone circulate longer in the body. Once again, I have these things linked for you to actually look at. And then down to our, Ladra bark extract. Okay, so it contains substances that might improve blood flow, which again makes sense for a hardening agent, right? Okay, again, another thing that's been used for tons of different problems like allergies, asthma, diabetes, osteoarthritis, erectile dysfunction, eye diseases. It's possibly effective for tons of things, even athletic performance. So young people aged 20 to 35 seem to be able to exercise on a treadmill for a longer time while taking this bark here, okay, daily for about a month. Okay, so again, I'm going to have more studies linked below that go into more detail of each of these ingredients. We cannot cover everything here because it would take me hours to explain every tiny little detail and everything that all of these supplements are used for. But as you can tell, this stack contains lots of pretty well-researched herbs. Again, there's really insufficient evidence for a lot of them. I mean, there is some evidence. You have to understand, insufficient evidence doesn't mean no evidence. So moving on, we have to look at the pills here for our EPIQ hardening. Let's go and open this up. All right, and again, our nice little pill tampon. And once again, these are some giant-ass pills. About the same size as our test pills here, which you don't want to get these mixed up. Which is which? I don't know. I mean, actually, I do know. This is the test. This is the hardening, but they're pretty much the same exact size. Okay? So pretty big pills, both of these, but it's just one a day of each of them. All right, so you can see how big those are. Not, not that difficult to swallow, but just for anyone who has trouble swallowing, that's the size of the pill. What do you want me to tell you? All right. So that is the pills. I believe we looked over this bottle already. If we haven't, we'll take another quick look at it here. So as we can see here, this formula also provides an anti-catabolic effect by decreasing cortisol. All right, it's supposed to help enhance our nitric oxide status for harder muscles. All right. Okay, so I believe we've looked at the supplements. I think we've covered absolutely everything that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to increase free testosterone, decrease the estrogenic effects, and it's supposed to be a natural enhancement, so no PCT required. Also, there's no cycling needed for the test, apparently. For our lean muscle hardening agent, again, it's going to support the anabolic hormonal agents, anabolic hormonal support. It's going to have the uracilic acid, which we covered back here, which shows increases in skeletal muscle and brown fat, which is a good thing, and decrease in diet-induced obesity, okay? And it should help dry you out as well and decrease your cortisol levels. All right, so once again, I'm going to take the test first, and that's going to be 1 pill a day for 30 days. And then on day 31, we will keep taking 1 pill of test a day, and we'll add 1 pill of the hardening, and we'll do that for the other 30 days. So that'll be 60 full days of our EPIQ Muscle Stack. The diet I will be on for about 6 more weeks, maybe 5 more weeks. I think about 5 more weeks actually, will be the Anabolic Diet, about 2,000 calories a day. Okay, that's a very low carb diet, about 2,000 calories a day. Still on a cut here, I have to finish this out first. So 1 day off, which is a carb up day, to really get those carbs in. And for the workout, we'll be going 2 hours of weights and 1 hour of cardio. That's 6 days a week, and the cardio is P90X. So I do all of my weights 2 hours and then go right into cardio. So that's 3 hours of working out straight. That's 6 days a week. All right. So that's going to be the workout for 5 weeks. And of course, we're still going to be on this, in 5 weeks. And after that, I'm not exactly certain at this point. I do know it will be the anabolic diet. More than likely, I'm going to increase my calories because I'm about dead at this point. So I'll probably increase my calories, and the workload will probably go down some. For the cardio, will probably be reduced to 4 days, and probably it'll be hit for about 30 minutes, 4 days a week. That's what I'm thinking right now. I can't tell you for sure, but for another 5 weeks, it will be anabolic diet, 2,000 calories, and 3 hours of working out 6 days a week. After that, I'm not exactly sure. I do know it will be the anabolic diet, but probably a little bit higher calories. Okay, so that is everything you need to know. Now I'm going to start taking these, and we'll see the results in 60 days, and I'll let you know if it's made any difference at all. Bottles are empty. Just my little silica pack there. That's it. Empty. Empty. It's been 60 days. We took all the pills, all 60 of the EPIQ tests, and all 30 of the EPIQ hardening. And as far as results, I mean, do I look any different? Now, a lot of these ingredients, they do have some science to suggest they work. But as far as results, let's just get right down to it. I can't really point to anything. I can't point to increased endurance. I can't point to any more strength. I may be a little bit stronger, but I really think that's because I came off that insane workout that I mentioned in the video. It's nothing that I can really point to this. Now, I can't prove in absentia or whatever, I only have one, I only have me to test with. I only have a sample size of one. So obviously this is not scientific. I didn't get blood tests or anything like that. So I can't prove it did nothing. I can't prove it did anything. But, what I can say is pretty much nothing. And again, maybe, with that insane workout of 3 hours a day, and I had been doing that for about 9 months straight. So my body, my testosterone was like at zero. I felt like shit, like every day you basically wake up dead for 9 months straight. And, even, like I said, I was eating 2,000 calories and working out 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. And like the weight loss even stopped. Like I just stopped at 233. I just go to 233, 233.2 the next week, 233 the next week, 233.5. Like I couldn't even lose weight on 2,000 calories working out 6 hours a day. So that is a pointer of your body saying, this metabolism thing, we're just gonna shut it down. We're just gonna stop. So that's pretty much what happened after so long. I'll put out the whole workout program thing that I was doing sometime. It's good to do in the short term for like 8 weeks or something. You can really drop some weight. You might even get stronger. But anyway, back to the EPIQ Muscle Stack. What it was supposed to do: increase free testosterone. I can't prove that without a blood test. Decrease estrogenic effects. I didn't really have any anabolic hormonal support. Decrease cortisol levels. Again, I can't prove that this stuff didn't help me get through that insane workout that I've been doing, for the past, 60 days? Yeah, for the past 2 months. This may have helped me power through it. I didn't feel that bad. I was able to get through it. I didn't gain strength though. I didn't gain muscle. The only thing I can say is that when I started taking the hardening, like one day I was putting my pants on after some activities. It was like a shower or something. And I like see my leg, and it like had this like big, hard, just bulging vein in my leg, just bulging. He's like, well, that's new. So maybe a little more vascularity, but I was hoping to maybe see more around the arms or something. I didn't lose a bunch of weight. I didn't gain a bunch of weight. I didn't gain any strength. I didn't lose any strength. Energy was pretty much the same. So I can't really, basically, I can't recommend this, at least if you're working out that hard, like 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. And if you're on a low carb diet. I have no knowledge. I have no test. I have nothing to say about taking this on a more regular style bodybuilding diet where you're eating more carbs and where you're not working out as much. Because what I was doing is it's not normal. It's not a normal bodybuilding workout. You're not going to be working out. Well, if you're natural, you're not going to be working out 6 days a week. You're just not going to. The body cannot keep up. It can't. If you're anything past a beginner anyway. So if you're doing something more normal, 3, 4, maybe 5 days a week, an hour to an hour and a half a day with cardio here and there, I can't speak to whether or not this would help. I can't even really speak to whether or not it helped me. It's very possible that it could have kept my testosterone slightly higher than it would have been otherwise at such an insane diet and such an insane workout. Okay, so that's really the bottom line. I can't really recommend the EPIQ Muscle Stack if you're on a low carb diet, because I don't feel that the suggested retail price is, I don't feel like you get enough back. The suggested retail price is like $30 or $40 or $50 or $60. It really depends on where you go. Now, if you can get it on sale for like $20, try it. It shouldn't hurt you. As we saw, the ingredients, there's some science there, there's some science there. Although if you look at the dosing and you look at the studies, the actual scientific studies that back up some of these ingredients, you'll see that the dosing is extremely low in these supplements. So, that's why I had a little hope, because of the science that said, some of these things actually have some promise, but the dosing, the amount in these products is pretty low. It's like half, maybe even a third of what was actually studied. If you want to try it, I'd only try it if it was on sale. I'm not recommending anyone try it. I'm not recommending anyone not try it. If after these 2 months, I came out and I lost like 10 pounds that otherwise I wouldn't have lost, or I gained 10 pounds that otherwise I wouldn't have gained, then I could definitely recommend it. But for something that has either an extremely small effect or no effect at all, I can't recommend that anyone, pay money for it. But if it's like on sale, like $20, knock yourself out, try it. It's worth a shot at $20. Anything more than that, it's not really worth a shot. That's my opinion anyway. As far as side effects goes, really nothing. The second or so week taking the test, I had like heart palpitations, but I don't think it was the test. I really think it was a combination of stress, the workout. I've been to a doctor for it before. It's like pom pom pom, like your heart just like beating and won't stop. Not that you want it to stop, but you don't want it to be like, And basically they said, well, you don't have insurance, so hopefully it's nothing, because we're not even going to test. We're not even going to test because you don't have insurance. If you don't have insurance, they won't even hook you up to the machines. They won't even do it. So hopefully it's nothing, and hopefully it's nothing. If it's something, then I won't be making any more videos. I don't think it was the test that did that. As far as anything else, a little bit of acne, and that's about it. Enhanced libido a bit,
It's him. Oh, he's so sexy.
I'm an idiot.
Thursdays on a shocking new cop drama, the heart-stopping episode everyone will be talking about. Stay with me. That is sure to leave you breathless. Hold on, I got you. Be there for the Emmy and Grammy award-winning performance. Stay with me. Stay with me. JJ, stay with me. No. Tune in for a heart-stopping cop drama, all new Thursday.
Anyway, the incredible epic test, epic hardening. It was it was okay. It wasn't spectacular, and I would not recommend it unless it's extremely reduced in price, no more than $20, and don't expect anything spectacular. That's another testosterone booster that we've tested, and again, pretty much nothing except for like a little libido. Possibly it kept our testosterone or energy higher than it would have been, which is something we can't prove, and something that I don't think you should spend $60 to find out. Anyway, that's my opinion. If it's on sale, give it a try because of the science, just because of the science, even though it's severely underdosed, because of the science. If it's $20, then you can try it. If it's anything more than that, don't waste your time. Look for something else.